Top 10 Luxury Cities in the World. It may be harder than you think to choose the ideal location for your upcoming holiday. The top 10 most opulent cities in the world are listed here if you've been saving up and want to visit one. 1. London, England. Despite the death of England's longest reigning king in the previous year, despite having 3 prime ministers in a short period of time, despite justified concerns about the talent shortage, London is holding on just fine, writes Resonance, relying on a dipping currency to attract investment and, of course, previously priced out tourists, despite the cloud of Brexit hanging over the city's economy. The finest city on earth suddenly has new affluent citizens who can afford to cross off a major item on their multimillionaire bucket list: real estate. Since 2018, London has attracted more foreign direct investments into IT from worldwide corporations than New York, Singapore, or Dubai, according to FDI Markets, the Financial Times foreign investment tracker. Although the city's most famous attractions may have existed for millennia, London's shops, pubs, hotels, and restaurants nonetheless undergo virtually weekly changes. It doesn't matter if you're outdoorsy, hungry, or traveling with a family. There's a distinctive London area to explore, and it probably won't seem the same as it did on your previous trip. There are several new hotel alternatives, ranging from the well-publicized Nomad London to the trendy 100 Shoreditch to restored vintage favorites like the Dilly. 2. Paris, France. According to Resonance, returning visitors discover a city that has codified pedestrianism and outdoor living. To prevent vehicles from regaining dominance of Paris's streets when pandemic urban pilot initiatives faded, as happened in many other cities, the 60,000 parking spaces that were lent to restaurants for outdoor dining have to stay, thanks to a law signed by Mayor Hidalgo. Nowhere in Paris's tourism sector, close to Notre Dame Cathedral and the City Hall itself, is the transition more striking than along the Seine River. In a metropolis with dozens of historic locations deserving of the title, this is now Paris's town square thanks to the decreased vehicle traffic. Even after Paris's Right Bank Summer Festival ended, thousands of people continued to gather on the riverbank promenade every night. The urban beach program Paris Plages encourages picnics and other inexpensive access to a city that has long been accused for being expensive and elite. A city we like for its top-notch art, shopping, and international food has gained improved infrastructure, a dedication to pedestrianism, and a few new hotels just in the last year. 3. New York City, United States. Resonance reports that NYC is making significant improvements to its international entrances to welcome travelers back in style. In order to welcome visitors back in style, Resonance reports that NYC is undertaking considerable upgrades to its international gateways. If you squint, Moynihan Train Hall, a new 17-track addition to Penn Station, may pass for a futuristic Northern European transport hub. And if you haven't heard about the largest hotel debuting in the city this summer, read AFAR's assessment of the brand new Amman, which costs $3,200 per night. The Bronx Children's Museum, Museum of Broadway, enlarged Louis Armstrong House Museum, and Amman Jazz Club with Lincoln Center Acoustics are all new additions this year to the city, which is frequently ranked for its cultural offerings. A number of incredibly authentic food halls, like the Singaporean, Malaysian Urban Hawker Center and the Tin Building by Jean Georges in the renovated South Street Seaport, have been added to the list of sites and landmarks. 4. Tokyo, Japan. The Japanese government stays firm, despite the epidemic and accompanying disruption of Japan's plans, or possibly because of them, maintaining its 2030 tourist income goal of $136 billion and 60 million visitors. The nation had record tourism for 7 consecutive years, which is not as absurd as it may sound. Following the addition of the international terminal at Haneda, the city's principal airport, Tokyo can now host even more guests, according to Resonance. There is a lot of excitement around Japan's recent reopening to foreign tourists. Given that it is the top shopping destination in the world, wallets will probably be open when they return. 5. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Dubai is now enjoying the high of Expo 2020, a multi-billion-dollar, 6-month World's Fair displaying close to 200 nations with futuristic pavilions and what seems like constant cultural festivals. The UAE hub now seeks to encourage guests' loyalty and return visits. By 2025, Dubai hopes to have 25 million tourists, making it the most popular tourist destination in the whole globe. Beginning in March 2023, a new United Direct route will connect Newark with Dubai, this could be helpful. 6. Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona has practically beautiful weather all year round, countless kilometers of beaches, famous parks, and is located in Europe. Known for his famous architectural structures, God is also known for his colorful neighborhoods that march to their own beat, artistic, sophisticated, bohemian, according to Resonance. Now, bike-friendly may be added to the list. More non-vehicular access to the city is what tourists will discover. In keeping with her pledge to complete 125 kilometers of bike lanes, Mayor Colau, with 20 more scheduled for completion by 2023. Playgrounds and public seating have taken the place of parking and roadways as part of the mayor's Superblock program. Just take a look at Passeig de Sant Joan, which Time Out just named one of the finest streets in the world. With its bicycle lanes, wide walkways, vegetation, and broad outdoor seating, Sant Joan is one of Spain's first green corridors. It was created for self-propelled movement and discovery, according to Resonance. Bonus. Until it moves into more permanent quarters later this decade, Mercat de l'Abbaceria, the city's famed food market, is also housed there. 7. Rome, Italy. Few places provide the opportunity to stroll across Western history like Roma. If you have an hour, Palatine Hill alone draws you into 2 millennia's worth of history, claims Resonance. Resonance reports that dozens of other museums and cultural landmarks have just reopened or have been unveiled for the first time. Not to be missed are the recently restored Augustus Mausoleum and Casa Romana, a house from the 4th century located below Giovanni Baracco's Museum of Ancient Sculpture. The freshly renovated Augustus Mausoleum and Casa Romana, a 4th century home under Giovanni Baracco's Museum of Ancient Sculpture, are not to be missed. 8. Madrid, Spain. Madrid has bounced back on its feet deftly, continuing a much-needed investment in its abundant but long-dormant infrastructure, moving up from the 10th position. According to Resonance, the heritage of city construction in the Spanish capital is being fueled by private and public assets like never before. Perhaps the greatest news is Madrid's lovely efforts to fight pollution and climate change through a 47-mile urban forest network with a little more than 500,000 additional trees that will link the city's existing forest masses and repurpose vacant spaces in between roadways and structures. When finished, this green wall is expected to reduce heat from urban human activity and absorb 175,000 tons of carbon dioxide annually. 9. Singapore. Singapore will continue to have a sustainably prosperous population for many years to come because to its continued investment in research, talent, and corporate headquarters recruiting. It is for this reason that the city-state continues to rank among the richest cities on Earth, claims Resonance. We give the city-state, fondly known as the Little Red Dot, top marks for its famed hawker stall street cuisine, safety, and population of foreign-born people. The restored Raffles Singapore Hotel, which has been hosting visitors since 1887, and its garden-like airport terminal. Watch out for the outcomes of the Singapore Green Plan 2030, which Resonance reports includes more than 800 miles of bike lanes and the recently reopened 9-mile rail corridor. 10. Amsterdam, Netherlands. The first non-interim female mayor in the history of the city, visionary Mayor Femke Halse, leads the smallest city in the top 50, which Resonance calls a tiny but mighty dynamo to watch out for. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.